Welcome back to the channel. It's been months of planning since I've decided to make this video. However, I'm a lazy idiot and it didn't get finished until now, even though I had it planned in August. Today we're ranking all the ring rallies in CTR and F. Ring rally is a mode where you go really fast. You collect rings while avoiding obstacles. Oh wait, hold on one second. Ring rally is where you essentially just go really fast, collect rings, and whenever the timer runs out, that's the end of your run. Anyway, this is the definitive ranking with CTR and F ring rally tracks, coming from an experienced player with several world records who's been playing the most underrated mode in CTR, other than battle mode, for mostly the past 2.5 years. Let's go over the ground rules, alright? Rule number 1. This is just my opinion. Rule number 2. I'm not basing this off of how good it is for Oppo's Arcade and the Chillzone. Oppo's Arcade will have absolutely nothing to do with this list for any Chillzone players who are aware of Oppo's. If you aren't aware of Oppo's, it's a Chillzone thing. The Chillzone's a CTR Discord server. We do a bunch of stuff. Yeah, you probably won't get it. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's just dive right in. Alrighty, coming in at last place, number 39. We have Tiny Arena. Alright, moving on to number 38. Alright, fine. I'll explain Tiny Arena. Tiny Arena Ring Rally is really brutal, and it's just... ugh. It's easy in the first half for the first couple of laps, but once you get to the second half, maybe like, I don't know, lap 6 or 7 and up, you would rather be playing Crash Boom Bang. As you now can probably tell, the ring placements on lap 8 and up give you stage 4 terminal cancer. If you play this track on mirror mode with turn engine, God bless your soul. If you don't think this is the worst ring rally in the game, then that's fine. It's your opinion. Just know that your opinion is wrong, and that's a fact. I feel sorry for anyone who's putting up with this tragedy of a poop fest. Speaking of poop, Sewer Speedway, number 38 spot. This map is very precise in its name. Sewer Speedway. Sewer because of how bad it completely stinks, and Speedway because of how fast you'll rage quit. My only recommendation for this track is how to avoid the barrels. If you want to play this track without hitting the barrels, it's simple. Don't play the track. Number 37. Prehistoric Playground. While this ring rally isn't the worst, there are hidden jumps on this map that make it absolutely unplayable. While we all search for a solution, this can best be described as a skill issue, and you just need to get good, kid. These moon jumps can send players so high that they end up in outer space in Oxide Station. Oh hey, what a coincidence, number 36, Oxide Station. With Oxide Station being a good track overall to race on, and being overall popular within the community, you'd think it'd have a good ring rally, right?
Wrong.
And that's why Oxide Station is at number 36. Number 35 is Dingo Canyon. Armadillos existing is a problem. However, having them exist throughout the entirety of the track while having ring placements directly in the middle of where they roll? What kind of design choice is that? I'd rather swallow dry cereal without chewing than deal with the armadillos. This one actually might be more painful than Oxide and Prehistoric, but at least with Dingo, it's a shorter ring rally, so I can at least be done with it quicker. Number 34, Spyro Circuit. You asked me this about 6 months ago. I probably would have put it even lower. Yeah, the wizards suck. Seriously, one hit from their Crash Nitro Court Tornado Top, and the whole run is chalk. Rest of the track is kind of AIDS, but I mean, literally, I don't know what they were thinking with those ring placements. Number 33, Blizzard Bluff. Your timing has to be picture perfect on this track to have any shot at PBing. You got the rock, the late cut rings, the snow jump rings immediately afterwards. Then you grab the ones at the end and you just repeat until time is up or rage quitting. Literally the smallest mistake is an instant GG's and a reset. Not the worst ring rally, but goodness, it gets pretty annoying. Number 32, I have Tiger Temple. Honestly, I don't like Tiger Temple as a whole, and the rings are super annoying to get, especially when you get Blue Fire. You know why? Because they put it right next to the fire. 31, Mega Mix Mania. Again, if you asked me this 6 months ago, I'm probably putting this bottom 3. Hey guys, you see this new track we're coming out with? It's called Mega Mix Mania. Yeah, man, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it reminds me of Borderlands. Well, team, we got to come up with a ring rally for this track. We seem to have trouble making it. Anybody got any ideas? Oh, I got one. Let's put all of the rings right next to the walls and the paint mines. Why? The only reason I don't have as much of an issue with it anymore is because I've actually played the track over and over again to try and get better at this for Oppos. Do not play this ring rally. Do not. Go play literally anything else. Go play like Roblox Farming Simulator Battle Royale. I don't know. Just don't play this ring rally. Number 30, Meteor Gorge. Oh my goodness gracious, this is literally the single most infuriating ring rally in the game. I can definitely say that it's not the worst, but I mean, it's not really saying much considering all the garbage crap we've already said so far. Can someone please explain this to me? What is this placement? I ended up getting Xbox World Record on this track, but I swear it felt like my dick was shrinking after every attempt I had on this pure pain crap torture of a track. Meteor Gorge is, let's just say it's not a good ring rally. Don't play it. It's a garbage track in general, but the ring rally, it just makes it even worse. Number 29, Barren Ruins. Look, I don't like Barren, and I don't like the ring placements, but I'd be lying to you if I said that once you learn how to play it, it's really not that bad. I still think it's pretty bad, and it just barely escapes the bottom 10 ring rallies in the game. I guess you could say the ring placements ruin the track. Look, I grinded this track for a little bit, but all it takes is one stupid thing to happen to you for you to be done with it. For me, it was this. Number 28, Deep Sea Drive. If you know me, then you know that when it comes to DSD, I'm a huge fan. But with this ring rally, the fidget spinners can be genuinely a huge problem. I really do enjoy the pause tech, so you can pause where the blade is, so you can avoid it. I don't know. I like DSD. There's just a couple problems, and I don't like the moon jumps in the middle part of it as well. That also really annoys me. Number 27, Dragon Mines. Do you like Dragon Mines? Because I'm dragging my nuts. I'm not even going to finish that. Dragon is one of the weirdest ring rallies in this game, honestly. I can tell you, I have had a lot of fun with it, but it definitely has issues. And when I say issues, I mean minecarts getting in the way constantly. If you want a real challenge, try this ring rally. It's honestly, it's a fun ring rally. It's not a great made ring rally, but it's a fun one. Would like to put it a little bit higher, but I'm trying to be a little bit fair on this, so I wanted to have a number 27 spot. Number 26, Android Alley. Android is one of the better tracks overall in this game. However, I think it has a little bit of a weak ring rally. For one, the train is worse in ring rally than it is in any race, in my opinion. Also, in terms of just how the track plays, I find it to be a bit more tedious and less fun. Not sure how others feel about the Android ring rally, but for me, I'd say it's in the lower half. Number 25, I have Crash Cove. I don't really like Cove Rally at all, but I'm trying to be fair here. It's a solid ring rally for beginners, and it really forces you to handle your reserves perfectly if you're trying to go for a PB. Also, that start where you have to get those rings for the first couple of laps is so painful. I wouldn't call it a bad ring rally, though. It's just, I definitely prefer several others compared to this one. Number 24, this might shock some people. Cortex Castle. I like Cortex Castle as a track, but man, this ring rally is super messy. The ring placements on this map are an absolute abomination, such as at the start with the ramp being right next to the spiders. This ring rally it definitely takes a lot of practice if you want to get good at it. It's all about placement for the rings on this track. Number 23, Twilight Tour. This ring rally kind of reminds me of Android Alley, where it's a larger track with not many rings. It's got a few weird ring placements, although it's nowhere near as bad as Android. It's also got a track hazard and the genie, but again, it's nowhere near as bad as the Android train. Tracks like these I don't really find to be that fun. I just don't really find to be that bad either. It's cool to play every now and then, but yeah, it's nothing special. It doesn't grab my attention too much. Number 22, Nina's Nightmare. This ring rally is essentially just the basic average in just about every way. The track is actually pretty simple for the most part. I'm just not a fan of the way Nina's Nightmare feels in terms of driving and design. Some parts of the track, such as the haunted house, is really weird to drive on because of the driving surface and just how it feels overall. It's not really that good of a ring rally. It's not that bad of a ring rally. It just sits here kind of in the middle of the list. Number 21, Engine Labs. This is a weird one. Engine Labs is one of the best tracks in this game. So when I first played this ring rally, I had extremely high expectations, but honestly, I was super disappointed. The ring placements are all over the place. It has some of the weirdest jumps that you need to make in order to continue your run, and all it takes is one bad jump and your run is over. I think it's a solid challenge for ring rally veterans, but if you're just now getting started in ring rallies, then this is a horrible place to start. Not a bad ring rally. Again, it's just one of those. It's just, I don't really play a lot, and it's just not that fun to me. Number 20, Drive Through Danger. Again, another highly advanced ring rally track that I recommend to hardcore players. Drive Through Danger is definitely a solid challenge. The main reason it's a bit lower on the list is due to how awkward it feels and some of the inconsistency of some of the jumps. Seriously, you have to be picture perfect on the middle part in terms of not only jumping, but also where you land, because if you don't land in a good spot, you won't be able to make the necessary next jump. Again, I don't recommend this for beginners, but if you want to give it a shot, have at it. Number 19, Tiny Temple. This map has slightly grown on me, but I just don't really care to go back to it every now and then. It's another one of those that, if you asked me back in the day, I probably would put this much lower, because I used to not like this at all. I just don't really like the placements for the rings on this track, especially once you get to the water area going 115 miles an hour. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay, but I know others who really like it. Number 18, Hyperspaceway. I still have mixed feelings about this ring rally. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it also has that potential to be one of the most annoying ring rallies. Again, I'm not big on the ring placements, and although the lasers are rather easy to avoid, they will force you to restart the moment you hit them. I would say that Hyperspaceway is probably the beginning of like the B tier of ring rally tracks, if that's what you want to call them. So we're starting to get into some really good ones. Number 17, Electron Avenue. Again, I think this might be a hot take as it's highly regarded as one of the best tracks in the game. This, as well as Engine Labs, in my opinion, are just such disappointing ring rallies. They could have done so much more with Electron, in my opinion. For how interesting and unique Electron is, they made this like the most basic ring rally in the game. It's not necessarily a bad ring rally, but it just lacks creativity in my opinion, which causes this to drop a few spots down from where it originally was. Number 16, Windmill. Out of time. Honestly, I'm a fan of this ring rally. It's a complete shame that the windmill exists because it single-handedly drops this track down by a mile. Without it, I honestly might consider this in the top 10, to be honest. The rest of the track I think is really good, but that windmill just completely ruins it. Number 15, Koala Carnival. This is the track that released in the update alongside Ring Rally, and it's probably the best one to start off with for Ring Rally beginners, and it's super simple. Ring placements are solid, and it's just well-deserving of this spot. Also, it's fun to do this. Number 14, Assembly Lane. Another Ring Rally that's grown on me. Assembly is the pure definition of a solid Ring Rally. Decent in almost every department. The only thing I still think is a bit funky is how they place the rings on the activation crate for this hazard in the middle. If you run anywhere near it, it'll suck you.
Yeah, boy.
Number 13, Clockwork Wampa. This is another ring rally I think is really good. I think ring placement for this map is pretty decent, other than one part of the map. And that one part of the map is going to keep it out of the top 10. The bell clock thing? What's it called? Oh, no way. Yeah, don't worry. This part of the map is pretty consistent. Pretty consistently going to screw up your run. Nah, literally every time I play this, I swear there's nothing you can do about it. Your best bet is just to avoid the clapper. Goodness, I can't believe that's what it's called. Just avoid it and grab what you can. You're probably going to end up missing a ring or two every time you try it. But missing one or two rings is still better than getting your cheeks clapped because you'll have no rings and no more speed. Yeah, I knew that joke had to come in somewhere. Number 12, Inferno Island, which is probably going to surprise some people considering I put Cove so low. I honestly just believe Inferno is just a better version of Crash Cove Ring Rally in every way possible. The only thing I'd say is if you want to play a more challenging ring rally, then Cove is probably going to be your thing. Inferno utilizes basically all the weird extra stuff like Cove does, but in a much better fashion in my opinion. The only reason it's not higher is because I've had a couple of inconsistent jump issues on this track with both of the side ramps. Other than that, it's a great ring rally. Number 11, Coco Park. This is a really fun ring rally track. Another basic yet interesting track. Coco Park is absolutely perfect for beginners. It might be the easiest ring rally in the game, but because it's so easy, it forces better players to focus so much more on their lines and reserves and movement, just to get a slightly better score. Overall, it's a competitive ring rally among us as a community. Alright, top 10. Let's go. Number 10, Ruse Tubes. Another short and simple ring rally. Ruse is actually a bit more challenging than the previous two entries. With Ruse, there's a bit of a funky placement within the rings, but overall, it provides more of a challenge to players. I can assure you, it'll take a few attempts before you have this ring rally down. It definitely takes some practice. This is a great map to learn how to time your jumps, as it's not too complicated and your mistakes won't penalize you as much as other tracks. Number 9, Mystery Caves. I've said before, I think this has a lot of similarities with Deep Sea Driving, and it's similar in ring rallies as well, except Mystery Caves is just way better, other than the shortcut, which is one of my least favorite shortcuts in the game. The track as a whole isn't too easy or too hard, so it's got a nice balance and difficulty. I credit Beanox on rig placement, as they could have easily screwed this up and done something stupid like put the rings on the turtle jumps or put rings where the fireballs rise. Great ring rally, deserving of a top 10 spot. Number 8, Thunderstruck. I freaking love Thunderstruck ring rally. And I wanted to put this higher, but to be fair, there are a couple of issues with this track. First, the jumps are super weird on this track, especially in the middle area just after the first set of spiky spinning along. Second, I swear some parts of this track where you need to jump, it just won't let you do it sometimes. I don't know. It's a weird track, but I do really enjoy it. Also, I feel like if you mess up on your run, which it's very easy to do on this track, it doesn't necessarily affect your run nearly as much as it would on a different track. Again, I know there's some flaws with Thunder, but it's just really fun, and that's why I put it so high on this list. Number 7, Jungle Boogie. One of the fastest paced ring rallies in this game, just for the simple fact that it's a tiny track. There are also a decent amount of rings as well. I forget how much fun I have on Jungle Boogie. I originally thought that this would be near like the number 12 to 15 range, but the more I thought about it, the more I became convinced that it was a top 10 ring rally. And I mean, hey, number 7 is almost top 5. Excellent ring rally. I can recommend this to pretty much everyone. Number 6, Polar Pass. Surprisingly, I actually used to dislike this ring rally because I was always messing up, whether it be the seals, the ice, the lake jump. On paper, it's a really simple ring rally, but the obstacles make it tremendously more difficult. I think if the seals were a little bit less of an issue, then I'd consider putting it in the top 5, but I think number 6 is an alright spot for it. Alright, so we are officially in the top tier of ring rally tracks. These 5 tracks, in my opinion, are flawless or pretty darn close to flawless, which is why you're seeing them so high on this list. So starting off at the number 5 spot, Turbo Track. This track is very controversial within the community as several people love it and others completely despise it. However, when it comes to this ring rally, there is no doubt in my opinion where it should be ranked. This track is completely flat, just like the Earth, so you don't have to worry about any inconsistent jumps or anything like that. It's all about your driving skills. In my opinion, this is potentially one of the most competitive ring rallies in this game, just due to how it's designed. Me and Corza went back and forth on this track, getting several PBs one after another, and each PB was only a PB by like 1 or 2 rings. This ring rally will require your full attention when it comes to keeping reserves and bunny hopping in a freaking kart racer. It's a fantastic ring rally, and it deserves more respect. Number 4, Gingerbread Joyride. The most relaxing ring rally in this game, in my opinion. If you're looking for a nice, chill, simple ring rally to play, then look no further than Gingerbread Joyride. It's definitely one of the longer ones as well, but I enjoy long ring rallies as long as they're, lots of rings. The only semi-difficult thing I find in this track is the jellies, but even those aren't too bad. They're pretty easy to avoid. For those who don't know, by the way, you don't even need to take the first shortcut in this track. Just go around and we'll gather more rings that way. Big fan of this ring rally. Very good overall. Number 3, Papu's Pyramid. The most unique ring rally in this game, and it is not close. It's also the longest ring rally in this game, and it is not close. Let me just give you some context on how huge this ring rally really is. Papu's Pyramid ring rally world record is 10,684,039. Look, I'm not a math scientist, but that's a lot of rings, let me tell you. Yeah, just for some additional context, my PB is 3,664,317, and I did 56 laps and got 800, what am I, freaking idiot, 1,821 rings. This here is the fastest paced ring rally in the game. You are constantly moving around, grabbing rings everywhere you go on the map. Just watch some gameplay and watch how quick you get through a couple of laps on Papu's Pyramid. If you play this map for the first time, it is going to feel incredibly weird, and that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be for everyone. It's one of those you have to perfect, but once you perfect it, it honestly feels incredible, and it's one of the best ring rallies in this game. And I definitely consider this for the number 1 spot.
you serious right now? What did my track ever do to you? Yous put this at number 3 on the last video, now yous put it at number 2. Where's my number 1 spot? This is easily the best ring thingy in the game. There's no other track where yous is in a flying casino. What, are you afraid of heights, pussy? Go play your goofy Electro Avenue or something with your stupid pink lights and your laser blasters. Or whatever else is in that dump. Cause if I ever sees you on the street, I'm gonna blow your dick off. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant to say is I'm gonna blow your brains out with this Tommy gun. Yeah, that's right. In the meantime, have some of this.
I think Hot Air is almost a perfect track. It's one of my favorite tracks in this game, and it's one of my favorite ring rallies in this game. For me, Hot Air has always been one of the best tracks overall, but the ring rally has always stood out as one of the top ring rallies in the game. To be honest, there's nothing crazy unique about Hot Air like the other ring rallies, at least in the top tier of ring rallies. But in my opinion, it's just a really well-made ring rally with no flaws whatsoever. I recommend this to anyone. It's a great ring rally. There's nothing much more to be said in my opinion. Alrighty, we're down to the top spot. At number 1, Slide Coliseum. So this is going to surprise a lot of people, but given the fact that players within the community have a negative feeling towards this track, you might think this track wouldn't have that good of a ring rally, right?
Wrong.
This track is incredible for ring rally. It's similar to Turbo in the idea that it's very flat, other than one tiny part. It's got the best flow of any ring rally track in the game, in my opinion, and it's really easy to just jump in it and have a good time, even if you're not trying to go for a PB. For the past couple of years, I've constantly had Hot Air and Slide as my 2 favorite ring rallies in this game, but I've never really picked one over the other. Well, for this video, I kind of had to. In the end, what separates these two for me was replayability. I thought to myself, does Slide Coliseum have more replay value than Hot Air? And I believe it did. And it did not take long for me to decide on that. I absolutely believe this is the best ring rally in this game. Even if you're not really interested in ring rally, I recommend that you give this a shot. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. If you watched this video with the idea of trying to start doing ring rallies, here's a little list to help you get started. I separated all the tracks of this game in 4 different levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. So that way, if you want to start doing ring rallies, you can have an idea of where to start from in terms of the tracks. And if you just came to watch for fun, hey, hope I didn't waste too much of your time. Also, if you're looking for activities on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, come join the Chillzone. We have a Discord server, we do all sorts of stuff. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, doesn't matter. If you want to come join us, we got plenty of activities to do. I also want to give credit to a few people. I want to give credit to Wolfy for, again, doing the Pinstripe Voice. I also want to give credit to Brendan, Matt, and Realisticz, all for helping me get footage. Look, there's 39 tracks in this game. I wanted to get this video out sooner, so I wanted help getting the footage, so I want to thank those guys. Anyways, I appreciate it. Have a good day, and I'll see you later. Peace.